Wake up. We gonna do this one the right way. Groove. Smooth. Oh. Wake up.
This the feel, this is soul. This the feel, this white gold. This the real, break the mold. This the feel, don't let go. This the feel.
Class in session. Hey everyone, thank you for coming on the NJAEA podcast. I have with me...
Hello guys, my name is Antonio. I am from Passaic County Community College, or as a lot of people know it, PCCCCCCC. I'm kidding. There's only 3 C's in there.
PCCCCCCCCC. Yes.
Yep, whole lot of C's.
I love that. Well, I went to County College of Morris, so that's CCM, but I'm here for it.
Only 2 C's. Well, we got 3.
Okay. Oh, excuse me. Before we start our segment, I just want to give a quick shout out to Danielle. Thank you so much for helping us on this podcast journey and making this setup amazing, and to the NJEA team for really helping us with student initiatives and getting this started, because we really had this great envision of doing something a little bit different for the podcast, and I really thank the team for the NJEA and Danielle for working with us for creating something different this year, and I am just so excited and beyond I'm just so grateful and thankful for you guys. So thank you for always being so committed to the students, and thank you for always just being there for us and willing to give us your insights and how to make things, achievable. So I thank you for that. So, Antonio.
What's up?
Hi.
How's it going?
How are you?
Tired, but that drive, it was fun. How about you?
Oh, let me tell you. I had a 2.5 drive. I hit the worst traffic. I came from Warren County, but we're here and I'm so excited to be filming in the Trenton location. Let me tell you, I love to drive. I'm a Jersey girl for sure. I don't pump my gas.
Yeah, same here. Luckily, we don't have to pump it.
No, for real. I know that some people leave the state, and then the one thing I always think about is, you gotta pump your gas.
Talking about pumping gas, so on Tuesday, I went to a concert in Connecticut. I was like, I'm not gonna pump my own gas. I filled up my tank, I got there, came back, I was like, we barely made it. But we made it to a gas station in Jersey. I'm not pumping my own gas. I'm making it. I don't know how I made it, but I made it.
I love that. I'm so excited. Well, I have to say, it is Hispanic Heritage Month, so felicidades de todos de hispanos. Hispanic Heritage Month is September 15th through October 15th. So we're going to be celebrating that today. Yay!
Yes.
I'm Puerto Rican. I'm very proud to be a Hispanic. I'm so proud to be Puerto Rican. Shout out to Bad Bunny, who's going to be at the Super Bowl this year. So excited. Antonio, do you want to tell me a little bit about your background?
Yeah, so, first off, you better learn Spanish, because he said it himself. He got 4 months to learn Spanish. And then, so myself, I am Mexican. I'm really proud to be Mexican. My parents immigrated here around 2000 to 1999. From there, they had me, and I love it. Being a Mexican is something that I really, really root myself to. As us Mexicans, you've seen the fighters. Look at Canelo. He goes down, but then he gets right back up. Same thing with me.
I feel like there's so much pride in our culture.
Yes.
I'm just such a prideful person. I get that from my dad. I blame him. He's just...
I think Hispanics overall, we're really happy about our culture and all that.
We are, and we will show you.
You'll see the parades. You'll see the parades.
Tell me, and the food will come here. We're feeding for days. The leftovers for weeks.
Yo, you made pozole? Nah, there's gonna be 3-day food right there.
Tell me about it. My mom made mofongo yesterday. Do you know what mofongo
is?
Yes.
Oh,
so good.
Should have brought me some.
I'm sorry. I should have, because my mom had leftovers.
Yeah.
I know. So... we talked about Hispanic Heritage Month. So can you tell me, what does being Hispanic mean to you?
So for me, being Hispanic means being different, diverse, especially we live in America. Or stay a country that's meant to be diverse. Everywhere you go, there's always going to be a Hispanic there. Or if not, you're going to find someone that there is.
Right.
And, I feel like with me being Hispanic, is that idea of always persevere. Even when things get tough, when life could be the toughest thing in the world, you cry for a bit, I won't lie, but you get right back up and you start all over if you need to.
I just want to say something really important the fact that you said, I'm going to cry about it. And we need to highlight that, especially men's mental health. So
Yes.
I'm going to touch really quickly about Mental Health Week. I believe this is Mental Health Week. We celebrated at Montclair State. And it is so important that we also recognize that men have feelings and that it is totally okay to cry.
Yes.
Like, we need to emphasize that more, and that men should cry and not just women. Like, everybody can cry. And there's nothing wrong with that. Your feelings are totally valid, and it's totally okay. Like, it's a coping mechanism. If you need to cry, let it out. It's a release. So thank you so much for being vulnerable, and thank you for sharing that, because, like, especially being Hispanic, there's that machista. So my dad is very machista. You know, I grew up with my dad, you know, you don't cry, you're tough. But the fact that, you know, your understanding of being like, you know what, I'm going to cry about it and then I'm going to move on.
Yes.
But the fact that you even brought up, you know, I'm going to cry about it is so important.
It is, because nowadays, well, even right now with my friends, like, there's some friends that still say, like, oh, no, I'm not going to cry about it. I'll just toughen it out.
Right.
With me, it's quite the opposite. Like, I will be honest. Like, once my parents got divorced, I stayed with my mom. And within that time period I stayed with my mom, I've learned that it's okay to be vulnerable, you know? If you need to cry about it, if you need to just sulk for a little bit, go ahead. But that's where the machismo comes in. Like, okay, I did what I need to do. I let my feelings out. Time to get back into it.
Absolutely.
And that's how it should be, you know?
Absolutely.
The working class, we have no leisure time for now.
I hear you. And I think that is so important. And shout out to your mom. Like, shout out to your mom who, because there are some moms that, you know, maybe they do grow up, they raise their sons to be, you know, like manly.
Yeah.
And I know I'm gonna put air quotes on manly because there's the definition is so broad.
Yes.
It's so broad to be a man. You know, there's so many. It's non-linear. So that's why I put air quotes on man. But to have your Hispanic mom, Mexican mom. Yeah. Mexican mom. Period.
I love her.
Period. What's your mom's name?
Maria.
We love you, Maria.
I have a whole necklace here.
Oh my goodness! That's so cute. I love that. Thank you for sharing that. That's so sweet.
I love that woman, because if it wasn't for her, I don't know where I've been at.
Period. You know, I feel like it's so important. Like, everybody needs a mom. Yes. Everybody needs a figure in their life. You know.
We all need a strong female figure in our lives, especially for males. I'll tell you that.
That's on period, and so true. And I love that you have that necklace. Yeah. So beautiful. Thank you for sharing that.
Always.
So how has your heritage influenced who you are today?
So it's just the idea of, like, pushing forward, you know. It's like, there was a point in my life where I was this chubby kid. I was close to 300 pounds. It was after post-COVID. I was like 300 pounds. And I've noticed, like, no, I have to change my life. It was actually because of a biscuit. I ate a biscuit from McDonald's. I had no drink. And I was close to dying because that was suffocating myself. And then from there on out, it was like, no, I have to change.
Wow.
And I think that it was that the Hispanic in me, the Hispanic blood. I'm like, no, I got to fight. I got to fight for my life to change it.
Right.
Then from there, I started doing, like, all these different things. The main thing that really pushed me forward was Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, which is a combat sport. And then from there, once I started combat sport, everything just started to, like, pile up. But why? Because I didn't give up. I just kept on pushing, because, you know, us Hispanics, we don't like staying still. You know that. We like, well, moment we start something, we got to finish it through.
Absolutely.
And that's what kept me going.
I love that. Do you think, like, doing jiu-jitsu, correct?
Yes.
Helped your mental health as well?
Ooh, by a lot.
And how so?
So before jiu-jitsu, I was just a guy that would go home, play video games, and feel like, I know it's gonna sound weird, but I felt sad about myself. Like, I kept, I'm gonna change, I'll do better. I started jiu-jitsu, and within those 2 years of me doing jiu-jitsu, my confidence went through the roof. Like, I was getting more confidence. I've noticed myself that I actually started being more happy. I wouldn't get mad easily. Like, it would allow me to, when I do jiu-jitsu the next day, I'm like, I already know, like, there's moments where, like, people would tell me, oh, piss off and this and that, and I'll just be like, okay. Instead of getting mad, I'd just be like, I'll just brush it up, because why am I gonna get mad? You know, it's whatever. So jiu-jitsu has helped me, like, my mental health by a lot. It kept me, my health by a lot. Wow. Like, I feel like when I was fat and obese, I won't lie, I felt sad. I felt like just wanting to soak in my own bed or in my own room. Now that jiu-jitsu is like, no, I'm good. Something happens, oh, well, I just keep on going. I go to jiu-jitsu, train, spar, the next I come out of there all happy, wanting to go home, knowing what to do next, and that's it.
That's amazing. What would you recommend for the upcoming Latinx generation? What is some advice that you would give them for the future in any sense of machista, mental health, and being Hispanic? What is something that you would tell the future of Hispanics?
I think something I would tell them is do what you love. Because I feel like right now, I love my mom to death. Like I say, I have a necklace. But we all grow up with this idea that our parents tell us, hey, I want you to be this. I want you to be a doctor. Or I want you to be a, whatever they want it to be. And I feel like that's something that is a lot in our Hispanic community where like they pass their dreams on to us. But I feel it shouldn't be like that. Like, yeah, I understand, they want the best for us. But honestly, is that something you want to do, or is that something your parents wanted to do?
That is so true.
So now that's when you have to come to the idea of like, no, you have to do something that you love. So for example, she had mentioned to me first, I want you to be a doctor. At first, I'm like, yeah, I want to be a doctor. But then little by little, I know it's like, it's not something I want.
It didn't align with you.
It didn't align with me,
Right.
my ideas and all that. So that's when I started to look at my past and see what is it that made me get here. And for me, it was educators. Educators got me to where I'm at right now. So that's why I myself want to be an educator, because I want to be that little light for somebody that is in high school that needs a little dim.
That's so sweet.
So follow your dreams, even if people will tell you that they're not fun or that they're not going to happen. Trust me, there's moments in life where nothing is impossible. I'll tell you that.
I love that. That was really, really inspiring, and I'm just so passionate about our future and our next generation and the movement coming forward with education and with the momentum of just different, being like Hispanic, being, Native American, all these different cultures and coming together and showing real diversity. I think for me, that's why I love like being an American, is because we are the melting pot and that we get to learn about other cultures and other, ethnicities, and learn about other foods and and religion. And for me, like, I love that. I love to learn. I think that's why we're here is because I love to learn, and learning about other people's cultures and learning about people's identities and where they come from makes me understand, how do we become a community. So I love that.
And I think at the end of the day, we're all educators because we're all learning from someone or something.
Exactly. And the best thing is to inform yourself.
Yes,
Always be informed. So I'm going to move on to segment 3, which is student life in today's society. So I'm going to ask you a question.
Sure.
And Antonio, what does it mean to be a student in today's society?
So I feel like a student to be in society for today is someone that has to be not just going to school and doing the work, doing homework, passing the classes, and that's it. No, now I feel like being a student is like a job within itself.
Okay.
Because now we're getting attacked with everything that's going on.
Right.
Our colleges are losing a lot of programs that will help us, that will benefit us. For example, with me, I know PCC recently might be losing their Reconnect program. And that's something that has benefited me by a lot. Because I went from not being in education in college for about 2 years to now through the Reconnect program, I was able to get a lot of different opportunities through them, and I was able to collect a class.
Wow.
So I feel like right now we also have to be the students that we go to class, do our homework and do our things, but now we also have to join into our clubs, into our advocacy clubs that advocate for ourselves now, because now we're at war within our own system. I think we've always been, but now it's time for us to fight back and show them like, hey, we're students, but we're learning. We're gonna gain this experience and we're gonna get better from what we did before.
Absolutely. And I love that you said that school is work, and that work-life balance, and understanding, being a student. I'm taking 6 classes right now. It's the first time I've ever taken 6 classes, and time management is the biggest factor, especially being, you know, an ambassador, being the president of the Future Educators, and then doing initiatives on top of that, and then being an activist, and then being a student, and then being, you know, a family member, and then being like a helper at home. Like, there's so many responsibilities that come with being a student. And I love what you said about school is work. It is work. There is so much work, you know, and I feel like sometimes I don't think about that, but it's so true. School is work. It's a form of work. You're putting in so much hours that you would in a regular 9-to-5 job. Yeah. Yeah. I love that you said that.
And then there's that idea of, you know, you're there to help yourself out.
Right.
But then you also got to help your community out.
Right.
Because that's where you're going to get your connections. And then little by little, you'll progress.
I love that. So we kind of talked about it, but I'm going to ask you, how do you manage, like, work-life balance?
So right now, that's something actually I'm working on. I'm trying to get better at it, but like usually in the sense of like work and life, I try to have an idea of like, okay, when I'm at work, I'm at work. When I'm doing school, I'm doing school. But you know, we all get stressed out. We all need something to do outside.
Right.
So that's why Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu helped me out with like a lot of like that pent-up stress. You know, we go for those 2 hours. I'm not thinking about nothing. I'm not thinking about school. I'm not thinking about work. I'm just, it's me and that person I'm sparring with, or what I'm learning that day. So that helps you out with like that mental health aspect of you're not gonna be stressed out all the time. Those 2 hours is just you and yourself learning something new, where you don't have to worry about either having to do homework for it or having to work for it or take care of the kids and all that. So combat sports help. For me, combat sports help get me my stress levels down.
Absolutely. Sports are really helpful for mental health. Do you think like students, or maybe if you're not a student and you're watching and you're thinking about like mental health and how to strategize like your life and getting organized, do you believe that everyone should do something like an activity for themselves to help with their mental health, or help, you know, balance that work-life balance like you do jiu-jitsu? Something for me, I actually am on a bowling team.
Nice.
It's crazy, but I'm on a bowling team. I'm not the best, but it's
you're learning.
I am. You know, my high score is a 98.
I'm act like I know bowling scores. That sounds good, right?
Last time someone beat me with a 200.
Oh.
But I tried, and I put myself out there.
You're there. You just need 100 more.
You know what? I tried. And I get a lot of gutter balls, but every time I throw the ball, I try, and that's what matters.
As long as you're trying, that's what helps us.
And I'm so excited that I'm on this bowling league. I'm going to give a shout out to my best friend. She really highly encouraged me to be on this bowling team. The last time I was on a bowling team, I was like in middle school. And so that was like many moons ago.
Not that many, relax.
But it was a time ago, you know. And so I've been very focused like on academic and like being in clubs. So having this like separation between like being on bowling and then like being like without like, you know, because I was focused on NJAEA and then I was focused on like the Future Educators, and then like, you know, having bowling lets me have like that separate life between, you know, school
work, life,
and like, you know, just kind of like my initiative work, and it helps me like be like a human being, because I have a lot of like burnout. I get like really overwhelmed very fast. I struggle with really bad anxiety, and I brought with my to-do list. I brought my to-do list. Like, this is literally like my Future Educators to-do list with my like my ambassador work, and it's literally like all like literally NJAEA, like it's literally labeled, and I'm such a, like, I tell everybody I'm type A. It's so bad. But I have a little book of all my stuff that I do with to-do list. That's how I keep organized. That's actually how I keep insane. That's how I keep sane.
So for me, it's a little tough because I'm trying to get better at that whole to-do list thing, but for me, it's just spontaneous. Like,
it's okay.
My phone tells me, hey, don't forget about this. I'm like, okay, gotta go there.
Yeah, and I feel like everybody's different. Like, everybody has a different, like they have different styles of like what works for them. Like, I need structure. Like, I need structure so bad.
I'm trying to get there because I feel like structure does help.
It does.
But then spontaneous gets you weird side quests. I'll say that.
Absolutely, it's side quests.
The side quests sometimes the side quests that you get is like, you know what? I learned a lot from that.
Right. Like
I
the
would have
side
never
quests
thought.
are important. Like you do want to leave some room for flexibility,
Yeah.
you know, like maybe a 2-hour window for that side quest, you know. Fun fact, I actually got a side quest of like being in a movie. So that was like a side quest for me. I mean, it's different, but watched the Adam Sandler's Happy Gilmore movie. 1 hour 15.
You know the exact
13.
time.
Exactly.
Mm.
That little frame.
She knows.
You know,
right there.
right there. Little moment. So
I guess I'm gonna have to look at it.
but
then.
it is a side quest, you know what I mean? Like those moments are like the times that you do want like the ability to like have that. For me, I have, since I'm taking 6 classes and I do live, I'm a commuter student. I go to Montclair State. Shout out to Red Hawks.
Shout out to the Panthers.
Hey, get it. So with that, I live like an hour and 10 without traffic. So that's like, you know, I live in Warren County, and I love it. I love where I live, you know, and I love being at Montclair. I love being a Red Hawk. But I have to keep in mind that the commute can be, you know, cost effective with the gas and everything like that. So I have to be mindful. So I'm on campus Monday through Wednesday, but I love it because I have Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday off.
The weekend, basically.
The whole
You
weekend.
chilling then?
I'm chilling. So
Time to go nap.
Right? Like for me, like it also makes me like Thursday, I don't do anything. Like not like I don't do anything, but in the sense
Like that's
that, like,
when you chill out.
like I'm not thinking of school or work.
Okay.
Like I'm not thinking of that because for me, I will go ballistic. Like I feel like I would go insane.
I think for me, look, luckily I don't have a really bad job because I'm a paraprofessional at
Period.
Clifton High School.
Okay.
So I don't have to worry too much about the students, but
Okay.
it's just enough to the point where like, okay, I need to make sure you guys aren't doing dumb stuff.
Right.
That's it. So it's enough for me to just take it back, make sure everything's fine, and just
Mm-hmm.
have the overall picture. Like, okay, they're doing good. He's doing good. He's doing better.
Mm-hmm.
I need to work with him. That's it.
So let me ask you a question.
What's up?
What's like your goal? Like if you could do something, like what's a goal for yourself that you would like implement to help you like achieve what you would like to, you know, work on?
So the way I think when it comes to goals, it
Mm-hmm.
just really depends on, do I want a short-term goal or do I want a long-term goal?
Ooh, okay, definitions.
Yeah. So for me, like for example, right now, I have a short term right now and a long term.
Okay.
So the short term right now would be, so my goal is to try to get to 140
Okay.
in 6 months.
That's an amazing goal.
Yeah.
Please keep me updated.
Oh, I will.
Please do.
I usually
when you come
post
back
it on
again,
Instagram.
you're gonna tell me.
Yes, it's a tough one because it's 40 pounds now, but that's a short term goal for now.
Mm-hmm.
And then my long term goal is to eventually become a teacher.
Period.
And be part of my city's board of ed, because I feel like there's so much I want to fix, but for me to be able to fix stuff that I see, I gotta first be in the school system.
I love that.
I feel like that's
love
the only
that.
way that I'll be able to like help them out. Exactly.
Because you have to be in it to know what's in it.
Mhm.
You know, like I feel like, yes, absolutely, especially like wanting to be like, so. I'm studying political science, but I want to study political science in the sense of policy for education. I love education. I think education is so important, but there needs to be policy in that. But understanding like the education part of like, you know, working with teachers and being in, I'm gonna like one of my goals is to be like getting my master's in higher education. So I understand like the form of like how education works and like why education is, you know, like education is important, but like why is it important, you know? So
Yeah,
I think
so-
that's great.
And it's funny because you're talking about political science, and I just recently started getting into political science. It's shout out to my people, Make the World New Jersey. It's because of them, especially the organizer named Maria.
Okay.
It's thanks to her that I'm able to like learn a lot of the advocacy stuff, political science stuff. She told me like, hey, read this book called Practical Radicals: 7 Ways to Change the World.
Wait, can you say it one more time?
Practical Radicals.
Okay, I'm gonna get that. I'm gonna buy
Yeah,
it.
and it's called Seven Ways to Change the World. And when she gave me that book and I read it, there was so much information that I gained from it. I'm like, okay,
Wow.
I feel like I could learn more.
Wow.
So now I'm thinking of still staying in education, but at least taking the electives within the political science spectrum.
Political science is so fun.
From what I could see, yeah, the way you're expressing it, it's making me want
But
to
I'm
switch,
just so
but not yet.
passionate. Like for me, like I feel like you have to love what you do.
Yeah.
And when I was 17 years old, if you were to ask me, Abigail, are you gonna study political science? I would be like, what? No. What is that? I would be like, Who are you talking to?
Not me.
Not
That's all I
me.
know.
Could never. I actually got into political science when I was at the County College of Morris. I ran for student government president and became student government president at the County College of Morris and fell in love with public policy in the sense for education and how to change education for the student body. And I actually changed the constitution at the County College of Morris, making it a Sigma-free campus, and we have road signs at the campus. I'm very into mental health. Yes. And it was kind of like that spark in me. It was like one thing after another. And then I realized that there was something in me that I never realized. But that's like the people, like you said about Maria, like finding those, correct, right?
Yes.
Okay. I want to make sure I got it right. Finding people like in your like mentors, essentially. Yes. And they're getting you on the right track. And shout out to Donald Phelps. He got me where I need to be today. He is the campus life director at County College Morris. And he really like helped me figure out like that I really wanted to do like higher education and work in a college.
Nice. Yeah. Same thing for me. Like when you know how we're talking about Hispanic Heritage Month, it's actually my Spanish teacher that got me into Make the Road. Shout out to Miss Noguera, Natalie, and her husband too, which is actually the assistant dean for EOF at PCCC.
Wow!
So there's that power couple right there that has gotten me to where I am right now.
I love that.
So Hispanics are always there for you, you know?
They are. And we are, I feel like being Hispanic, there's such a huge community.
Yes.
You know, like I went to the Hispanic Heritage event for the NJAEA and it was so beautiful. Like it was so fun. Whoever made like the centerpieces for the NJAEA Hispanic Heritage Month, shout out to you. I think that was like the best centerpiece ever, having like all those vegetables and fruits. Like they had like patata, they had yuca, and they had like all these different like.
Guess I'm gonna have to go next year then.
You have to. Like I literally want to bring my parents. Like it was so fun. Like we danced. I even got quizzed, and I learned so many. I even won. I won a raffle. I read The House on Mango Street when I was in 10th grade, and then I won the book. Like, I won a couple books, and I can't wait to read it. Like, I read it in the 10th grade, so I was, like, 15. So, now that I'm 10 years older now, I feel like I have a different perspective.
Yeah.
And so, like, that's going to change, like, how I read it and really appreciate House on Mango Street. So, if you haven't read it, read House on Mango Street. I feel like it's such a great read. It's a vignette. So you can pick it up, you can read at any point, and it will make sense. So it's such a great read, House on Mango Street. Gotta read that.
House on Mango Street. I'll write it down.
And then how do you stay focused in school when it's challenging?
So something that last year I started to implement this. I separate myself. So when midterms are coming up, when finals are coming up, I separate myself from my work, my family, and my friends, because I know I get distracted easily. One of my friends tells me, "Hey, you want to go out?" I'm like, "Oh, word?
Yeah, right.
Let's go."
Hit me up. Where are we going?
Yeah, so I separate myself. I throw myself into this little bubble in the library.
Okay. Ooh.
And then luckily we have this program called Tutor, where like if we need help on a subject, we just go into that program, and then we're able to get access through a tutor to help us out with that specific exam class. For me, for example, last year was organic chemistry, and oh my God, me and that tutor became like this, because how many times I was asking him, "Hey, how do we do this again?" He's like, "Oh, well, you do this." I'm like, "Okay," but yeah, no, but staying focused is hard. I won't lie, especially now, especially for me, because you know, my personality is always if somebody tells me, "Hey, let's try this out," I'm like, I'm there.
Yeah, I'm in. Tell me about it.
So focus is something that I struggle, but I'm getting better at it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have to say, thank you so much for bringing up the tutoring like resources. Like,
yes.
I feel like I don't know if every college has this, but like my community college had free tutoring. Montclair has free tutoring. So I want to say campuses offer free tutoring.
Yeah. Typically they do. Hopefully they do.
Right?
If not, we're going to change that.
Exactly. But I'm a kind of like stubbornish person, and I never went to tutoring. And when I was at County College of Morris, I was taking statistics. I had to take it for graduation, and I'm not a math person. I'm not numbers. Numbers is not my thing, you know. I mean, I like a good discount. I can do like that kind of math, but like not like calculus or
you put a next there. I was like, what's a next?
And so, you know, I was struggling. I'm going to be very honest. I was struggling in statistics, and my teacher recommended me to go to tutoring, and it changed my life. Like, I have to say, it really did change my life. I'm being so honest. I was very stubborn. I didn't want to go at first, and that meant, like, I had to change my, like, hours at work, too, like, to go to tutoring to make sure it worked. But what was more important, the money or the education? So I chose the education and dropped some of that income because I wanted the college degree.
Yeah.
And that was my personal choice, but I think for me, it was the best thing I could have done because now I'm at Montclair.
Yeah.
And now I even go at the Montclair tutoring, which is great. I went last year for state and local politics. It's a great class, but it was definitely a hefty class.
The name sounds complicated. I'm good.
It was a hefty class, but it was the class that I felt like I learned the most, and I took tutoring very seriously.
That's good.
And I ended up doing very, very well. But having that mindset of knowing that people go to tutoring, and tutoring is there to help you and make you succeed. And I think I was just so stubborn to get help, but having that conversation of go to the tutoring center, it's free. Like, it's free $99.
It is.
Like, get it. You're paying for it already.
Yeah, and I was stubborn myself. Like, I had taken organic chemistry one time already, and I failed it. And they minded, he told me, go to tutoring. They'll help you out. I was like, nah, I got this. No, right? I didn't. That's when the second time, like, nah, I got to go to tutoring. I need it.
It's so true, though, because, like, you're putting money into it, and then you're going to repeat the class, and then...
Yeah, you don't want that.
You don't want that, you know? And it's like, for me, it's like, I feel like, you know, there's a lot of pressure with students, and that whole pressure line of, like, you got to graduate in the 4 years. Like, I'm 25 and I'm graduating with a bachelor's now. Like, you know what I mean? Nothing is linear.
Yeah, and it's that idea, too, with Hispanics, you know. We always get pushed, you know, you have to graduate. And we have the pressure of being first gen, too.
Exactly. So, there's a lot of pressure. And I want to make it, like, very, very clear. If you're going to get an education, there is no age requirement. Like, you can get an education at any age. You can start at any time. It's never too late. It's never too late to go back and get a bachelor's, get a master's. Like, I thank my parents for being super supportive in that sense. Like, they were so... Same thing with me.
My mom's always there for me.
Right? Like, they were so okay with me going to County College of Morris, and, like, I would be honest, like, I was lost. I was lost. I didn't really know what I wanted to do, but going to county school really helped me figure out, like, what I wanted to do, and helped me save money so that I could sample some classes before dedicating my time at Montclair to figuring out what my true passion was, and having those right people at the right time and making those mentors and having mentorships and, you know, having those different clubs and being invited to different things and realizing, you know, figuring out self-identity, because when you graduate from high school, you don't know yourself.
You don't.
You know, like, there's so much pressure. Like, you have to know what, like, exactly you're going to do right after, like...
And that's the idea that I think that's something we should try to implement into high schools. Like, hey, you don't need to know what you're going to do, but just have an idea of what you want to do. But doesn't mean that could change within the time frame of 4 years or 2 years.
Exactly. And I'm a huge advocate for community colleges.
Yes.
Huge advocate for community colleges, especially, like, if you're undecisive what you want to do, get a liberal arts degree. It's okay, and then you can figure out as you go, and there's no rush, you know. Even if you want to sample, like, computer science, if you want to study biology, try it all, you know, especially if they're free electives, do it.
There's also trade school.
There's trade school. My dad went to trade school.
Trade schools help a lot, you know. Sometimes they be making more than some of the college people, I'm not going to lie.
But the root is education.
Education is always there.
Yeah,
you need it.
You got to get it.
Because that's what's going to get... Education is power at the end of the day.
Education is knowledge.
That is true.
Knowledge is power.
We need that.
I'm going to go on our fourth segment.
Sure.
And that is school safety. I feel like this is a really hot topic right now. And what does school safety look like to you?
So, right now, school safety for me would be something, that being the high school level, college level, elementary level, just a place where our students could go and not be worried that something's going to happen to them.
Yes,
you know,
absolutely.
Right now we have that idea of, like, oh, we need the cell phone ban, but then there's also the idea of parents are like, but we need our kids need their phones to be able to communicate with them if something happens. And I think that is something I would have never thought parents would think, like, you know, I need my son to have his phone if something bad happens.
Right.
So right now I feel like my goal or an idea that I would want for school safety is a place where students can go, kids can go, and not worry about something bad happening to them.
Preach it. Students, like, elementary, middle, and high school should not be worrying about if this is their last day.
Yeah.
Like, that is just so crazy. Like, I grew up and we were taught school shooter drills.
Yeah.
You know? Like, that is just, and this is important, though.
Yeah, it is.
Like, it is important. You should know what to do in a case of an active, emergency. And this is things that we do need to talk about because they are happening often. I hate to say that, but they are happening. Like, this is happening. But, I totally agree. I totally agree that, if there's even, like, some way where, like, when I grew up in high school, like, they had us, like, have, like, those calculator cubbies.
Yeah.
They had us put our phones there.
That's
Like, we were able to have our phones, but, like, it was against the wall. You know what I mean? And then we could have it for recess.
same thing. Like, I think it's just that same idea of, like, I feel like students now, they're like, they go to school, yeah, but now they have to be aware, like, okay, hopefully nothing bad happens today, and we're just learning. Which a lot of kids, when they're little in elementary, they don't really think that. They just know we're gonna go to school and we're gonna be with our friends.
Exactly.
But it gets to the high school level and the college of, like, okay, I gotta have my phone on me because what if something happens around there and we don't even know about it?
Exactly.
So
and it's scary.
And it's scary because right now high school should be when kids are having fun. They're still doing their education, they're doing their grades, but that's when they should be, like, going out there, learning about their friends, finding their group,
Finding their little
But now
niche,
it's just they're finding the group while also trying to be careful around the surroundings.
Right. And I just want to make it very clear that this is a very touchy subject and a very emotional, very triggering. So trigger warning for anybody that feels a certain way. If you ever feel like you're in a crisis, call 988. That is the mental health suicide line. And if you're ever in a crisis, they're a 24-hour hotline, and they're there for you. Please, if you ever feel like a certain way, do not feel afraid to get help. Getting help is not a bad thing. Getting help,
is not. Especially for us males.
I always think that getting help is, I don't know if I can say this, but I think getting help is sexy. Getting help is attractive. Because when you work on yourself, there's nothing that feels better than getting help. And then how would you improve school safety on campus?
So for our campus, we're actually pretty good on safety. We have security guards within each hallway. Within all our entrances, all of us have IDs that we have to use to open the doors. So no one's just entering to enter. And if somebody were to just enter, the security guard's already there to, like, hey, who are you? What's going on? What's the reason?
I love that.
Which is good because, the main campus is in Patterson.
Oh, yeah.
Patterson is not too bad, but it's not the worst either.
Yeah.
It's in the middle, so we always got to be just in our toes.
You have to be mindful.
Yeah, we have to be mindful, but luckily PCC does a great job with having security guards within their hallways. Every entrance has an ID. We need to use our IDs to scan it.
I love that.
Yeah.
Montclair is the same way. Montclair has a police department on campus.
That's good.
So if you call 911, it will actually be the Montclair
Nice.
the police department that's actually on campus. There's like police officers everywhere on campus. I always feel safe being on campus, so I'm very fortunate.
Same here.
To be in a campus that, like, they care about the students. Like, in my opinion, I feel like our campus cares about our students and our safety, because that's something that they talk about often in the student government and the town hall meetings, and how to improve, like, school safety. And I love that. I love that they're always implementing how can they improve. And I think that's the important conversation, is, like, how can we improve? How can we be a collective whole and, get ideas and, make sure that everyone feels safe and welcome?
Yes, that's how it should be.
I have one more thing. Do you have any, so we're going to do, like, our closing remarks, but do you have anything that you want to, like, ask me, or, any questions?
Yeah, what inspired you to do this?
Oh my goodness. So what inspired me to do this is I've actually started, shout out to my parents. I started YouTube when I was 17 years old.
Oh, wow.
I had about 536 subscribers. I was a makeup YouTuber. My first YouTube video was how to do a perfect wing liner, and I was actually getting, like, I had, like, a discount code, like, use code Abby12.
You were ready.
I was, and I feel like I've always loved, like, production. I always loved, like, television and, like, creating things. I'm, like, a very, like, artsy person, and I love, like, this stuff. So, for example, like, I took a class called Women in Politics, and I created a documentary with students around campus and did something like this. So I just feel like, you know, television and production has always been like my thing. I've done like side quests and made like my own like short films. So I don't know, I just feel like this has always been like a hobby for me, and I just personally always love, like, I feel like this is a form of like expressing myself and like a form of like, you know, having fun, and I genuinely like enjoy it. And yeah, I don't know, I just, you know, I had a YouTube channel. Now I actually have my own podcast.
That's good.
I have my own podcast. I'm a motivational speaker.
Nice.
And I enjoy motivating others.
That's good. Hey, good to see you. Any questions as to also, let me see. So I started my own thing. So I just started blogging because, you know, I'm trying to get myself more into the camera.
Yes.
What you recommend when it comes to clips, showing them on Instagram?
I think I'm going to sound so cliche, be yourself, be who you are. But I think really there's some truth to that. Like, my editing style is very, like, I don't know if you know this YouTuber, like, back in 2016, Antonio Garcia, but, like, the way that they used to, like, edit their, like, YouTube videos, it was very, like, funny and very, like, I don't know how to explain it. It's, like, they zoom in really close to their face when they're, like, making weird faces and stuff like that. That's kind of how, like, I edit and stuff like that. But I like, took Envision from, like, their work and used it for me and got inspired by that. And feel like, you know, production can be fun.
Yes,
it doesn't have to be bland. You can add a little adobo to the side, you know.
Hispanics.
You know,
Yes, sir.
you know. But I think for you, you know, you are an orange.
Yeah.
We actually, what was that meeting? It was like a
personality trait trying to find it.
It was like an ambassador meeting, like an NJAEA ambassador meeting, right?
It was if I remember correctly, that's when we were trying to find out, like, getting ready for the convention that's coming up, which, don't forget, guys, the 6th and the 7th are on, correct?
That's correct.
We're going to have the NJAEA convention in Atlantic City.
With the key speaker of Malala.
Yes, that is true. So, aspiring students, I'm going to be posting later on about more information about that. So keep your eyes in that.
Will you be there?
Yes, I'm
Be
probably
there,
going to
be
be
square.
there. Yes, sir. Work our booth if you can.
Yes. But I think, you know, being an orange, if you don't know, like, the color personality, I highly suggest, like, looking it up. It's a really fun activity to do for yourself. And Antonio and I actually were the only ones that got orange.
Yeah.
But basically it means that we're spontaneous and, like, we're more, like, I want to say, like, we're funny, but, like,
Outgoing.
Yeah,
you know? Outgoing by a lot.
Yeah.
And
we're not shy.
I took the 16 personality test, and my thing came back as ENFP.
I can see that for you.
I'm like, which at first I wasn't surprised. I was like,
okay.
Why am I an extrovert? And then I'm like, no, it makes sense now.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm slowly getting there. Like, okay, now I see why I say extrovert, not introvert anymore.
But you could be an ambivert, because I'm an ambivert.
What is that?
Like a mix between both. Like, you like to be outdoors, but you also like to be inside.
Yes, I do like my time just to myself sometimes.
Right?
I'm not
so
gonna lie.
maybe you're an ambivert.
Maybe. I gotta learn more about that.
But I feel like really connect with your orange self, and you'll be totally, like, just be yourself. And, you know, if you ever need help, I'm always here for you. So.
I'll show you a text.
Yeah, absolutely.
I will.
We can even do a collab one day. You can hop on. You know, I'm glad we did this today too, but even outside, you know, let me know.
I will.
Thank you so much, Antonio, for your time. And
thank you for inviting me. I had so much fun.
I had so much fun today too. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you, Danielle, for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you to the NJAEA team. We appreciate you. We are so thankful to have you guys and have you guys work with us. I cannot thank you guys enough.
Yes.
And I think we can say that's a wrap.
I'll see y'all around. Take care.
Bye.